Alrighty guys, so we got some crazy stuff to talk about. So rather recently we got the announcement for the Fate collab characters, right? We are getting a 5-star summonable Saber and a 5-star summonable Archer. However, Archer will be given for free. Archer is a 5-star Quantum Hunt character, which is kind of funny to think about because that's the second 5-star male hunt character they've given for free on the date his banner releases, right? The other one, funny enough, is Ratio, who's out right now. Now, this is important for a few things. One, this makes it to where if you're a Fate fan, you don't have to summon on as much stuff, which is pretty nice. We don't know if they have light cones yet. I'm really hoping they don't, because it'd be a lot easier to be able to get them and get out. They do last for multiple updates, though, so you have more than enough time. Their banner has its own pity. That's another thing to talk about, though, right? So, last 5-star hunt character we got for free, or I guess the only other time this has happened has been Dr. Ratio, right? Now, Dr. Ratio was extremely good when he released. So, considering that the Star World devs are huge fans of Fate, I'm going to assume that Archer is going to be pretty good, right? At least moderately decent, right? This is going to be insanely massive for new players or for free-to-play players who don't have characters, right? The reason for this is if you start right now, which I highly recommend if you are a fan of Fate, start right now, start saving so you have enough currency when Saber drops, right? If you start right now, you're able to get the Golden Companion Spirit. The Golden Companion Spirit, right? If you go here, will give you a copy of Luocha or a copy of Ron-Mei, right? Now, these are important for two reasons. One, we have a 4-star in Gallagher, which you can use to be your healer, right? You need 2 teams, so you either grab Luocha here for a second healer, or you grab Ron-Mei for a support, right? So, you already have a couple options done for your team. Obviously, you still have to pull Gallagher, right? That's probably the hardest part of this, right? You get a DPS in Archer for free. Now, we don't know Archer's full kit, so I'd hold on to those Golden Companion Spirits until you figure out if Ron-Mei doesn't work with them and you need another healer or sustain, you can get Luocha, right? I recommend getting Ron-Mei, but at the end of the day, it really just depends on what Archer goes off of, right? And depending on what you summon on, right? Then, right, you get a free, extremely good support, right? And that is the Remembrance MC. The Remembrance MC is completely free. You can get them completely E6, and they're a really good support. So you already have your DPS, a really good support, and then you have an option at another sustain or another support, right? This way, if you're a new player, you can focus on the next really good support, the next really good the last really good support was Triby, right? Now, Triby's E1 is absurdly broken, right? In this game, getting a dupe on your support is almost every single time extremely good, right? It depends on the support, obviously, how strong their dupes are, right? Because not everyone's going to have a busted E1, but Triby has an insanely good E1. So, as a new player, you would save for whatever support you want. Maybe there's a new one coming out, they're really good. You get their E1, then you have a really good support, you have a free DPS, then you also have the free RMC. You can use this on the Archer team or the free team or the other team, whatever team you go to build, right? And then you also have the Ron-Mei Luocha, and then you can go from there. If you want to get a different sustain and then have Ron-Mei with Harmony MC or Ron-Mei with Archer and whoever the E1 support is, and then you go from there, right? Then another good thing is, right? So at this point, you have summoned for, let's just say Saber. Let's say Saber's your DPS. You summon for Saber, you summon for E1 support. You have not summoned for anything else, and you already have, obviously, you still have to pull a Gallagher, right? Let's just cross my fingers and say Gallagher is on one of the banners you summoned on, right? You got him at least E2, right? That's the baseline. You want him E2 so he can cleanse. You have a sustain, you have a broken support, you have a free DPS, right? That's one slot on the team. Another team, you have Saber, right? You have the free Trailblazer support. You then have your Luocha or your Ron-Mei on the team, right? And then you just summon for the other one. Obviously, you don't have to summon for Ron-Mei or Luocha. It's just, you summon for either the other support, the other sub DPS, or the other sustain, depending on what you don't have, right? This means you have summoned for a total of 4 characters so far. And you pretty much almost have your teams built. I think that is probably the easiest way that people have that you have could do to get a really good team going. That's kind of what I recommend for new players, right? Just because right now RMC is extremely strong, right? Now this doesn't even take into the count that they added a new feature. Let's say you lose 50-50, right? Blade is part of the 50-50 losses now. Blade is a really good support. Let's say you don't really care about Fate, but you're still going to get the free Archer. Then, if you get Blade for free and Blade's buffs, and I believe what it's going to be 3.4 they drop, right? Let's say Blade's buff make him an absurd DPS. You now have Blade and Archer, so your DPSs are sorted out. You have the E1 support you went for, so that's one team. You have RMC, that's another support, so you have 2 DPSs, 2 supports. Then you have Gallagher as your healer. You grab Luocha, so you have just 2 sustains, 2 DPSs, 2 supports, right? Then obviously, if you're gonna slot in a support or sub DPS, you pretty much have your core of your team built, and all you did was summon on a support and get them E1, right? Obviously, you'd have to lose to Blade one of those times, but that's still pretty damn good. And then you can just slot in, like, let's say, you know, you ended up, I don't know, losing 50-50 to Fushuan. Fushuan's not the greatest, but you can still probably get some value out of her, right? Especially at the lower stage. Let's say you lose 50-50 for the support and you get Fushuan. Then you can just get Ruin Mei, and you pretty much almost have your team built right there, right? Obviously, it's not going to be nearly as strong, and we don't know how synergetic it is, but the fact that you can build a pretty decent team pretty quickly this time is kind of insane, right? When Ratio dropped, not saying Ratio didn't have good partners because he had like Pela and whatnot that was really good with him, but Ratio didn't have access to just a bunch of other 5 stars that you could get for free, which is kind of crazy, right? The fact that this could also be updated in the future, so this could just get even better depending on if they give out more free 5 stars or whatnot, is absolutely insane. And this doesn't factor into the fact that if you start now and you actually end up spending, you get a bunch of these rewards. You can get both Ruanmei and the Luocha, or just get E1 Ruanmei, and then you can get a free light cone as well. Kind of crazy, right? So I think right now, for free-to-play players, it is an excellent time to start. You just hold on to your Golden Companion Spirit. If you want to use it, you can on the Luocha Ruanmei. Ruanmei is the better option, but you can just do that, get whoever you want. Try to... Gallagher just left, unfortunately. That's the only bad part, right? Try to grab Gallagher E2 on a banner, and then you just go for your support, and then you go from there, right? More than likely what will happen is at the start of Star Rail, you probably won't be able to clear most endgame modes just because you do need 2 teams. But if you build up your characters and kind of just accept the fact that you're not going to be able to clear stuff for a while, by the time Archer drops, you should have a decent amount of things like built up and saved. So you could just max out Archer team, and whoever you have can like kind of just go through the content, and then you can just kind of go from there. I started a free-to-play account during Herda, right? I had a bit of currency saved up, right? So I was able to grab Linksha. I got super lucky, got a 2-in-1, right? So she's E1. And then I got Herda. That was it. Since then, I have only pulled Tribby and Fugue, and I lost 50-50 twice. I think I got I lost 50-50 on Tribby, and then I won 50-50 on Fugue. So I have in total, since I started that free-to-play account, notice all the currency from like story and whatnot. I have pulled... I'm just going to count the Linksha as 1, right? Because normally you wouldn't get a 2-in-1. That'd be crazy. I've gotten 1, 2... Sorry, yeah, Linksha, that's 1. 50-50 loss is 2. Herda is 3. 50-50 loss is 4. Tribby is 5. And then Fugue is 6. I've pulled 6 5-stars, right? 6 5-stars, not counting 50-50 losses, is a team and a half, right? That's a lot of characters. You pretty much already have those characters covered for free with all this stuff, right? You got RMC, you got your free copy of the Witcher Ruanmei, you got the free Archer copy, right? You have hopefully the Gallagher, right? Even though he's a 4-star, he's still really good. And then you summon for your support, which is like 2 more 5-stars, right? I say that's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you are a new player who is interested in Fate. I'm assuming Fate is going to bring a lot of new players into Star Realm, right? Because Fate's pretty damn popular. So let me know if you are a new player starting because of Fate. If you're a old player coming back, right? That could be even better, because if you're an old player coming back, you have a lot of older units who potentially might be getting buffed. So you have even less things to summon for, which is pretty damn good, right? But yeah, anyway, let me know if you're coming back, if you're just starting, if you're a long time player and you're still just interested in Fate, how crazy you're gonna go. Are you gonna get dupes and whatnot? Let me know in the comments, and I will catch y'all in the next one.